Hello, 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 YouTube, hello, Instagram. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens, and I am so excited to come before you today to talk about three mistakes that authors are making in the marketplace. And today we went live earlier on Instagram and Facebook, and then we had a great suggestion by one of our viewers to come back and provide the tips on how to correct the mistakes that authors are making in the marketplace. And so we're going to dive right into it. Welcome your favorite Uncle Josh on Instagram. We are streaming live on Instagram and on YouTube. And so if you're not a member of our YouTube channel, make sure you go and follow us at Sophisticated Press. Okay. So, quick bio also about myself. If this is your first time tuning in to a Sophisticated Press Live, listen, I am responsible for being the chief encouraging officer for authors all around the world internationally on telling their story, telling their significance, sharing their genius through books. I'm also the author of 4 books myself. And so we are just excited to come before you today. And let's talk about these tips that you can do to become profitable in the marketplace. Welcome, Giselle from the UK. We have UK in the house. We also have, I think Josh is from Ohio. So let's talk about these tips. Today we went live and we talked about the 3 mistakes. We're going to say the 3 mistakes first and then we'll give you the tips. So the 3 mistakes was that authors are not promoting daily. Authors are not building out their portfolio and their suite of products and services. And then authors are allowing their plan A to take priority over a plan B. And so when you have 2 different plans, one is going to get disservice, right? Because you can't chase 2 rabbits at the same time. You just can't, right? So now that we know the 3 mistakes, let's talk about the tips on how you can combat the mistakes and make sure that you're positioned in the marketplace to not only earn a living, but earn a giving, because it's all about helping people. It's not always about the money. It's about making an impact in life and with other people's lives, right? When someone comes on your page, when someone comes in your brand, you want their life to be better when they leave your presence. And so this is how you can do that, okay? So let's go through it. So the first thing is, when authors are not promoting, it gives the communication as if your product and service is not as valuable as you are saying it is in the marketplace. So I always like to go on a client page, and if I see their last 9 posts have not had anything about their genius, about their expertise, about their books, then I'm like, okay, is this person really the expert that they're saying they are? Or is this person really the right person for the job? Because if you say that you are whatever you are, right? For instance, let's take Sophisticated Press. If I say I'm a publisher and you come to my page and you don't see nothing about books, you don't see no client testimonials, you don't see no data, you don't see no live, then people will be like, well, is she really a publisher? Because I'm on her page and she just sharing everybody else stuff. And I think that's what authors do. Like, we forget that once you become an author, you are actually now an entrepreneur. So when I go to you all's pages, you're promoting everything but yourself. You're promoting everyone but yourself. And it's almost like you're afraid to show the world that you are a genius. You're afraid to show the world how powerful you are. And so most people say they don't have time for social media, but when I go to their pages, they actually do have time for social media because they're on social media. They're just on social media doing the wrong things. They are bleeding online. Now, what do bleeding online? As soon as somebody make you mad, you go to social media and you make a subliminal post. Come on now. I'm on here to make money and to make people's lives better. You will not see a subliminal post from me. If someone does something that I don't like, I'm going to call them, text them, or DM them directly, and we're going to talk about it. But I will not go on Facebook and do a subliminal post. And I'm supposed to be, yes, I said supposed to be, because y'all know I'm from Chicago, right? So I'm not going to go live on my business page and do that if I'm a professional. Like, we have to remain professional at all times, especially when we are on social media. So even when you think you're not promoting, you're promoting. you're promoting I'm a professional, or you're promoting I'm not a professional. So remember, when you show up every day, you are showing up as an author, as a leader in your subject field, and I need you to promote. Now, if you don't have time, like literally because of your schedule, I want to give you a few apps that you can use to pre-schedule your content. So Canva is one of the best platforms you all out here. I promise you. You can make hundreds and thousands of dollars using Canva. If you don't know Canva, this weekend, I want you to treat yourself and I want you to learn Canva. Canva has a content calendar where Canva will allow you to schedule your content so that way you are promoting consistently. Welcome, Denise. Welcome, Kim. Canva has this great content calendar and it would allow you to pre-schedule your content. If you don't like Canva, you have Hootsuite. And if you don't like Hootsuite and you just like, listen, I don't even have time to pre-schedule, hire a virtual assistant. Sophisticated Press offer virtual assistant services. And so if you don't have time to create your content and as well as post it, we will do it for you. No problem, at a fee, but we definitely will do it for you. I always tell people, if you don't have time, pay me. I have time. My staff have time. And that's okay, because we pay people for things we can't do. When you need your car done and you don't know how to fix your motor, you go and you hire somebody who know how to fix it, right? When you don't have time to cook dinner, you go to a fast food restaurant to get it quicker. So it's nothing wrong with paying for people who have the time when you don't have the time. But whatever you do, keep promoting daily about your book and about your field. Now, the next thing that we talked about, that the mistakes that authors are making, is they're not building out their full portfolio. So here at Sophisticated Press, we like to say that you can literally make 10 streams of income from one book. Minimum 10. Minimum 10. Let's go through it. Audiobook. Yes, you need an audiobook. Yes, we now offer audiobook services. Ebook. Paperback book. Hardcover. That's 4 different streams. One book, because some people, I listened to an audiobook yesterday. It was 2 hours. Got that book out the way. If I would have went and bought that book, it would have been hard for me to complete that book. But while I was washing dishes, while I was driving, I listened to an audiobook. That's a stream, because some people want to read your book in audio. Some want to read your book in ebook. Some want to read your book in paperback, and some want a hardback cover. Then you have podcasting you can create. You can create a journal or a workbook. We're already at 6. I think every book should have a workbook or a journal. If you have a children's book, you need a coloring book, right? So that's 6, the journal and workbook. The coloring book really is number 7. Then you can create an apparel line. Then you can do coaching. Then you can do speaking engagements. This is all from one book, right? But if you don't build out your portfolio and your brand of products and services, you're leaving money on the table. We haven't even talked about the series of the books. So with Sophisticated Press, when authors begin to publish a book, they tend to kind of want more than one book. And that's totally fine, because you get bitten by the writing bug. So if you know, like, if you have a young character, I literally would make that a series of books, at least 3, right? Minimum 3 books of taking your audience through different milestones of that character. And that way the children can grow with the characters, right? We do that with TV sitcoms, right? They come back and they done got bigger. And like, even like with Power, we have seen little Tyreek grow from season to season. Do the same thing with your books. But start at the end, the way that God does, right? Start at the end and think, how many books do I need for this season? For the whole the whole production, right? Now, you start and you create them all, but you don't have to distribute them all in the marketplace at the same time. But you want them created. Why? Let's say that I know that I was going to build a complex or something, and every time I needed a new tool, I had to go back to the car and get another tool, then go back and get another tool. It would really like waste time versus you having all of your arsenal ready in the toolbox. And when you need the screwdriver, you pull out the screwdriver. When you need the hammer, you pull out the hammer. But at least you have it already there with you. So I encourage you, if you're not done with writing your books, when we have these promotions, sign up for book number 3, book number 2, book number 1, and get them through, because better to have all 4 of your books already created and now you're good for the next 2 years on how you're going to distribute them in the marketplace than, okay, now I got to start and write the next book. Now I got to, like, let's just get them all done in the same place. Another reason is this, illustrators, let's say we're working with one illustrator, and yeah, you have PSD files, but some people just can do what they can do. What if that illustrator is not available anymore? We had COVID, people was passing out left and right. People just say sometimes, I don't want to do it no more. So when you have like a good connection or a good like production, you want to try to get as much as possible. Like if I find some good lipstick or some good foundation, I just bought me some new foundation. Baby, I bought 2. Why? Because I don't want to run out. So if you find something good, get multiples. So if you have a book, this book has made good traction in the marketplace, keep going. Don't just let it run dry and then create another book. No, you want to keep having your products and your suites right there, right? So the next one is this. Again, we talked about this earlier about, here's a disclaimer. We don't want you to quit your day job. But what we do want you to do is make publishing a book and making money off of your book just important as your job. Most people, because they have a 9-to-5, if they are not making money, it's okay. Why? Because they still got their check coming every 2 weeks. Where I talked about earlier how I don't have a 9-to-5. So when I show up every day, what I don't kill that day, I don't eat. It's a different mindset. See, I don't have a PTO. I don't have vacation time. I don't have sick leave. So my brain operates on a different intensity level because I understand that I have to serve somebody today or I can't eat. I have to serve someone today or I can't enjoy my freedom, which is my superpower. So when you have a job, and again, I'm going to say this 50 times, somebody put it in the comments. I am not saying quit your job, because I've been there before, and I quit my job before when God first showed me what he had for my life. And in 3 months, I had to go get my job again because I did not prepare properly. So I am not saying quit your job. I did that before, and it was the wrong decision to do. We don't want you putting your family in danger. We don't want you quitting your job and losing your benefits and your retirement. That is not what we're saying. What we're saying is the same dedication, the same intensity that you have to make sure you show up every day for your job, the same dedication that you have to make sure that you meet your deadlines and your job description on your job. What is your job description for yourself? What is your job description for your legacy? Can you give your book legacy the same 6 to 8 hours that you gave your job? Because that's why many of you all are not making money as an author because of your job. You're like, well, I'm still making money, so if I don't sell no books, that's fine. But that's not fine, because your book really has a breakthrough in it. And when you don't set monthly or weekly book goals, you are allowing someone to miss out on your greatness and your genius and your resolution that's inside your book. So we don't want you to be lackadaisical and just passive and saying like, oh, if I only sold 10 books this month. I want you to get upset with yourself. I want you to begin to say, I'm not satisfied with that. Like lately, what I've been saying, when things don't align with the way that I have envisioned my life to align, I'd be like, this is not of God. And my daughter, she'd be like, I'd be like, this is not of God. And she's like, because when I see something that's going on in my life that doesn't align with the abundant life that Jesus Christ came for me to have, I begin to say, you know what? This do not align with what God has for my life. And so stop accepting mediocrity. Stop accepting failure and being okay with it. I know people get tired of hearing me say, I'm going to lose weight. But guess what? I'm going to say it until I do, because I'm not going to be comfortable with, okay, I'm overweight and then I'm just going to accept it. Like, no, this is not of God. This is not of God. And when you say that, you begin to recognize that there is some room for improvement and I can do better. And you begin to start looking for ways to make it better. And how you make it better is start making little decisions differently than you did the day before. So I really want you to have a daily goal. Like for me, my daily goal is $1,000. That's what my daily goal is to make. Don't have to be your daily goal to make, but my daily goal is to make $1,000. So, and that's by serving people. So I want you to get like some daily goals for yourself and say, I want you, say, hey, I want to sell 5 books a day. Just start off by selling 5 books a day. Start off by, and that's 5 times 30, that's what, 150, if I'm not mistaken. That's 150 books a month. You can do it because there's 5.8 billion people that has a cell phone. So don't worry about the people that's just following you or your family members. I want you to think global. If there's 5.8 billion people who have a mobile phone, surely you can sell 150 books a month. And that's 5 books a day. Who wanna try that? If you listen to me on Instagram and YouTube, who want to give yourself a goal of 5 books a day? And if you don't do it, it's okay. Just try the next day. But every day, if you do 5 books a day, if that's your goal, then it's going to at least help you to have a marker. Because what's happening is, hey, welcome Imani, Oakland, California. Kim is here, Oakland, California. Listen, thank you all so much for tuning in. You know, I love each and every one of you. Listen, what I want you to do is I want you to really just think about it like 5 books a day. So that's you pitching it through email. That's you pitching it through direct messaging. That's you pitching it through when you on a bus, if you in a store, like get you a tote bag with your book picture on it. Like that's you just everywhere you go telling people, I'm an author. I have this book and you should get it. That's you stopping at restaurants. That's you stopping at daycare centers, contacting nonprofit organizations. But 5 books a day, if you can get that, then that's 150 books a month, and you will see yourself being profitable. Don't believe the hype that you can't make money as a writer. The world is ran by writers. If all of the writers put their pen down, the world is ran by writers. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Because I just really want to be that publisher in your life that's going to tell you you can do it and get you some people in your life that's not going to allow you to drop the ball and leave the ball on the floor. We all drop the ball. But I don't want nobody around me that's just going to see me dropping the ball and not say nothing. And when somebody tell you, don't get offended when people tell you what you need to hear, because then people won't tell you, and they telling you this because they love you. So I always tell people, I don't get mad when somebody give me constructive feedback because, you ain't have to do that. You could have not cared and just let me walk around out here bad, but when people love you, they tell you what you need to hear. And so I just want you to really listen. I want you to understand that don't worry about the recession. Don't worry about none of that. The only way you can beat the recession is if you have something to sell during the recession. You know who didn't get affected by the recession? Amazon and Walmart. Know why? Because they had something to sell. Recession does not mean bad. It's all about your perception. Recession means that, yeah, there's going to be some people who are not purchasing and some people who are not doing things, but there's going to be other people that's even going to grow stronger during the recession. So if you know a recession is coming, what I would do is position myself as an expert in my field, because people still have a budget that they have to exhaust in their organizations. But what it means is the money that they spend, they're going to spend it more wisely. So you have to position yourself as the expert that they want to spend their money on, because money still has to be spent. Is that making sense to you all? Organizations still have to print training materials. Organizations still have to hire writers for movies. Organizations still have to pump books into the marketplace. So if they're going to do it, why not it be with you? But when they come to your social media, when they come to your website, when they come to asking you questions and when they're saying like, send me an invoice, send me a proposal, are you prepared to present yourself in the marketplace and to execute in a quick manner as the professional that you have been trained to do? We're giving you all of the jewels. And I know you can do it. So I just wanted to share that with you all because we talked about the problem, but we didn't give the resolution because I had a 10 o'clock meeting earlier. So this recording will be on my YouTube channel as well. Listen, you all, I have over 100 YouTube videos. Some of you might not watch it until I'm gone. And I hate to talk like that, but that's just, it's just like, it's okay. But when I'm gone, it'll still be there. Like, I have over 100 videos on my YouTube channel. I want you to win. But we have to stop saying we don't have time, and we have to stop, letting people outwork us. People, we are the most creative beings on the planet. We are the most, we know how to make something out of nothing. So there is no reason why we can't convince people that our books is what they need in their personal library, in their children's room. We just have to get creative the way we've already done. It's already embedded in our DNA. It's embedded in our DNA, and don't have the Holy Spirit too. Right? So it's embedded in your DNA. Then you got the Holy Spirit, which is the creator of all things. So you just bubbling over with creativity. We just have to, this is what we have to do, and then I'm gonna end it. We have to allow time for us to think. We're so busy that we're not productive. Because busy and productive is two different things. They look alike, but they're not identical twins. We busy, but the things that we're being busy with not necessarily bringing us the maximum potential and the maximum return. But when you're productive, you have motion, momentum, and you have monetary gain because you're productive. So we have to set time where what we're doing, it has to make sense, it has to make money, it has to make input and impact. And we have to allow ourselves time to say, give me 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes out this day to think outside the box. I know what everybody else doing. But if Kim could have her way, how would Kim do it? I know what everybody else doing. But if Imani could have her way, how would Imani do it? I know what everybody else doing. But if Denise could have her way, how would Denise do it? How would Denise add her special sauce to it? I know what everybody else doing, but if Joshua, your favorite Uncle Josh could do it, how would that look? I know what everybody else doing, but if Giselle could do it, how would that look? I know how everybody else is doing it, but if Magnificently Key could do it, how would a millennial do it? That is what is going to give you your sweet spot and make people say, oh, that's different. That's what's going to make them turn their head and look at you, because you're not showing up as everybody else. That's another reason why I'm successful, you all. Most publishers not walking around with red hair. But I know how everybody else would do it. They would get the black hair that's safe, and they would, wear the nice little. But how would this red hair publisher do if this girl from Chicago do it, if she could do it her way? I would do it my way by wearing a different pair of glasses every day, having my fire red hair, bringing my Chicago slang and terminology to the boardroom and rocking it out, and still being a genius, but also a little ghetto and a whole lot of godly. That's how I would do it. And because I do it my way, God keep making a way, because He's like, this is how I made you to be. Be yourself. And it's time for the real you to show up and show the world why you created these books and why they need these books. Uncle Josh say, I go live every day. Yes, I see you going live every day. That is wonderful. I make sure to post every day. Amazing. Yes. So what I will start doing, Josh, is just start collaborating. If you're posting and you're going live every day, find people that's in your genre and start collaborating, and ask, and just, even invite some of your past clients on live with you so that they can hear the testimonials of your work. I love it. Kim Roberts say focus. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, you all, I really hope this was inspiring to you, motivating to you. Starting tomorrow, 5 books a day. You don't have to report it to nobody but yourself and God, but give yourself 5 books a day. I'm going to continue to have my $1,000 a day goal. Every day I don't make $1,000, but because I have that goal, even when I fall short, I may end the month, but I'm still ending the month higher than I would have ended if I didn't have that goal. So keep your 5 books a day. That's 150 books a month. And let's check in, next month and see like how it's going. You'll hear from me before then, but like literally do that 5 books a day and let's check in. All right. All right, y'all. I got a 2:00 meeting. You know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. I love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ. I'm so, so, so proud of you. And I know you can do it. And I'll talk to you soon.